You're out in the city, waiting for a celebration to begin. Vendors were already setting up carts full of treats. Families were searching for the perfect spot to watch from. And children were buzzing with excitement every time a giant balloon peeked around a building. Early sunlight gleamed off bright floats and metallic streamers. Drums echoed faintly from rehearsing marching bands a few blocks away. You wandered through the staging area behind the main route, where everything really happened. The last-minute repairs, the finishing touches, the towering balloons being carefully tied down by teams armed with gloves and sandbags. It was stunning seeing the behind-the-scenes magic. You spotted balloons already half inflated, famous characters swaying gently, looking as though they were waking from a nap. You passed between two tall storage buildings, enjoying a brief moment of shade, and stopped dead in your tracks. Someone was working in the narrow passageway, surrounded by rolls of colorful latex, tanks, ropes, and banners. But most striking of all was a floppy shape laid on the pavement. A marshal from Paw Patrol parade balloon suit, lying flat like a playful puppy who had fallen asleep. Only, something was off. The suit was human size, and it had no uniform yet. No red vest, no pup pack, no helmet, just the big friendly Dalmatian-shaped balloon body. The woman working on it noticed you staring. She brushed a loose strand of dark hair behind her ear and smiled warmly.
Hey there. Didn't expect any visitors in this corner of the setup. I am Clara Mendez, balloon artist, parade engineer, and occasional magician on good days.
You blinked. Clara tapped the strange, shimmering helium tank beside her. It hummed faintly, glowing with an iridescent swirl that looked a little like a pocket-sized galaxy.
This baby makes me one. I use it for special projects, and this Marshall balloon is definitely special.
You stepped closer, fascinated by the floppy balloon suit. It was small, even deflated, the paw pads the size of your hands, and the head smaller than a big groom.
You came at the perfect time. I actually need a helper for you,
she said, putting the Marshall suit on you and zipping all up. Before you could ask, Clara turned on the tank valve as helium, no, magical helium, flowed into the giant Marshall suits with a soft hiss. The paws rose first, rounding out like pillows filling with air. Then the legs thickened and lifted off the ground. Then the big Dalmatian belly puffed outward, the entire suit rising slightly as it began to take shape. Clara moved around quickly, smoothing out wrinkles and checking seams.
Okay, kiddo. Keep your head from twisting as it inflates.
You guided the huge floppy head, helping it lift upright as it swelled, the snout forming gradually, the adorable smile emerging as more helium flowed in. 20 feet tall, 30, 40, the Marshall balloon suit looked like a gigantic red and white puppy, except he still had no uniform. Clara wiped her brow.
All right, there we go.
Your giant Marshall balloon self began to float upward as you reached his full height, over 60 feet tall and glowing with bright color. Clara gently tugged at the tethers like an eager puppy wanting to play. You floated a few inches off the ground yourself, amazed at how light you felt. Clara laughed at the sight of both of you drifting upward.
Don't worry, I've got you.
She held your tether and guided you and the enormous Marshall balloon to the main route. It was like escorting a friendly giant.
Now to put on the uniform. Marshall's full uniform always appears once the magical helium balances the suit's form is complete.
Marshall's huge balloon form swayed happily, as though bouncing in excitement. Now dressed in a shimmering gold and red firefighter vest on the balloon's torso, with the pup pack materialized onto his back, and the fire helmet, shiny and adorable, worn on top of his giant head. You floated next to Clara, only barely needing the tether to keep from bobbing away like a big balloon person.
You're doing great, kiddo. Most people get a little dizzy the first time they're buoyant. Every year the parade includes at least one magically enhanced balloon. But this is the first time I've used the tank to transform a helper. And you took it amazingly.
You weren't sure whether to be flattered or concerned, but you couldn't deny this was one of the most incredible experiences of your life. Once you reached the parade starting position, Clara anchored Marshall's massive tethers to a team of handlers. The big balloon pup hovered proudly, his full uniform shimmering in the sun, and at that moment, you knew that it was only the beginning.